Alright, welcome to the final, well, I should say next to last part in my series on making an NSAT Zeus template. So, just a few points of clarification. In the description of every video, there will be the links to all of the coding that I've put in that has been part of this. So all the stuff for images, the stuff for arsenals, the stuff for team leaders, all of that stuff is going to be in the description of each video once it gets put onto YouTube. Alright, so as I said, so these settings are very important. So you go to General, alright, Title, this is going to be what pops up when you're selecting the mission. If this is left blank, it will revert to whatever the file save name is. So, for me, I have two separate distinctions on here. This way, it allows me to have much shorter titles, so I can just put this on, tutorial thing. Alright, you can put your author, like I will sometimes go assistant, RM, Bicardi, D. Alright, if you wanted to have a picture put in on the loading screen, this is where you do it as well. And as I said, all of that will be there. So, yep, so you're also going to select it. This is the default for all of our missions right here. Is the Independence, the green 4, is friendly to blue 4 and hostile to op 4. This will change on certain campaign templates, but this is the default. You will never require DLC, no DLC is required for this template. Boom. And you always want to binarize the mission file. All right. Now you're going to go to multiplayer. Alright, this is not important. Alright, this is an important box right here. Enable AI. You want to untick that box. That can cause massive problems. Respawn. You want to go to custom position, and you'll see here on the screen you've got all of those codes that we put in earlier. Alright, this will activate those spawn points. Alright, we don't want any respawn delay. It prevents ghosting and prevents a lot of problems, which, yeah. So, that solves multiplayer. That's all the things on attributes. The environment doesn't matter. Alright, lastly, here is add-on options. This is one of the most important things you'll do. Alright, there's a lot here. If you don't know what you're doing with it, I would recommend tweaking it and working with it on your own before you start proposing massive changes. Alright, every single one of these is different. Alright, so for a lot of you guys, the easiest way for you to make a new template would be to click this load button, and you'll see here, there's an autosave from last night's mission on Serrani. Alright, I can load that, and it brings up the exact settings I was using. One's concerning G-forces. Logistics. Map. Medical. Alright. This proves to be good to be in a couple ways. One, it keeps me honest with you guys as to what I'm doing, because if you guys don't believe me when I say that what I've got settings, like I've got player critical damage threshold up to 10%, which is massive. So, fracture chance, unconscious wake up chance, like this is where all my buffs go. Alright. There are certain things that I override, there are certain things that I don't. If you have any questions about any of these, please drop a question in the comment section and I will endeavor to answer it. Alright. Now this also allows me to keep anybody else who, as head of the engineering department, it also allows me to monitor what other people are putting on. Because This way, if somebody decides that well, I'm just gonna change it, from fatal damage source to only hits to large item and change it to sum of trauma, I'm gonna be able to figure that out. Alright. I would not recommend that because people who make unilateral decisions like that are not treated well in this unit. We've had too many bad memories with it. So, I'm just gonna load that again. So yeah, these have everything, view distance limiter, it's up to a kilometer, 1200, simple enough. But then this also makes life easier because I can save this as different things. Like I've got my V8 one here, I've got my training one, I've got my experimental, I've got all of my shit organized on here. So this makes life very, very easy. Alright. So this comes to the end of the video series. Now what's going to happen is for all of the questions that I will get in the comments for all the videos, after about a month or two, I will go through, I will review them, and I will come back in another video elaborating on some of the things that you guys had questions on. Be that questions about coding, questions about how to make shit set correctly, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah. I hope to see you guys on the battlefield.